Hello everyone and welcome to my Mountain of Shame. Today we have the deed. Honestly, I think the only deed here is just how much difficulty I had getting this thing to work. It wouldn't actually record. It wouldn't actually record on OBS for some reason. I couldn't get it to work. And instead I had to use Camtasia, which is fine until you realize that Camtasia needs to be set up in a whole other way. So that's been fun. It's been really fun right there. Anyway, this is the 2015 game The Deed from Pilgrim Adventures, and grab the game. Now, here's the thing. This game is an RPG Maker game. And for the life of me, I don't know where I got it from or why I bought it. Because generally I try and avoid all RPG Maker games like the plague. Because while there are some amazing ones out there, in general I don't have time to sift through that mountain. So I don't really want to, okay? However, it turns out that there was one that was slipped onto my list. The Deed. It says it's a murder mystery, but I don't know. I don't even know how this will go, doing 30 minutes of a game like this. And for the record, I do love actually two RPG. I do have one RPG Maker game at least. The To the Moon, and of course Finding Paradise. So yeah, two. And I don't know if Raccoon was made in RPG Maker, but something tells me it was probably a bit more complicated. I don't know. It just seemed like a much better game. But anyway, so without further ado, though, we are going to start this game's 30 minutes and give it a go. Sorry about the resolution. I'm sure it's stretched out badly. I'm also not sure how the audio is going to go, but well, Camtasia should be better at balancing it than some things are. So we'll see, I suppose. So 30-minute timer will start right now. Yes, you're probably like, oh, why don't you give me the introduction? Because it's a story-based game and it's an RPG Maker game. The introduction will probably be the introduction. So it'll be the gameplay in general. So essentially I'm just going to jump straight into this game and sort of play it. Hey, who knows? I could be pleasantly surprised. I have been before. I have definitely been surprised before. There have been some great games that I've completely just thrown off my radar and just never thought I'd play, and then they've ended up being fantastic. But right now I've really got to stop just I've really got to stop just sitting here in this menu stalling for time. Let's just begin, shall we? I mean, unless the game options increases the resolution. Reduce screen flickering, launch in full screen. No. No, it does not. Okay. Sure. It's odd, like, you'd think that RPG Maker games would have resolution options. Is it just because they don't want to have to deal with the UI growing bigger? Is that it? Maybe it's just this game? Like, To the Moon? No, it isn't, because To the Moon also had limited stuff. Anyway, Scotland, November 1945. My name is Aaron Bruce, son of Malcolm Bruce, and rightful heir to the Dunshiel house. I've recently discovered that my tyrant of a father intends to disinherit me through the favour of a deranged younger sister. My relationship with my family is strained, to say the least. I've decided that the time has come for my sister to be removed from this ghastly equation. I intend to put her out of her misery. Unfortunately, my sister never leaves the confines of Dunshiel House, which makes the matter more complicated. I have not visited my family home in quite some time. I cannot bear to be in that hellhole for long. However, my presence on the night of the father's 50th birthday will cause no suspicion. I must choose the timing and method of the deed. carefully. Tonight is the night. I go, I get it done, the bell invites me. Okay. I mean, the writing's not terrible, and I don't think it should be. Like, there's nothing necessarily wrong with RPG Maker games. It's just... they're made because the person who made them might be lacking in other skills. Otherwise, why would you go for RPG Maker? That doesn't mean they're bad writers, it doesn't mean it's bad at what they do, it just means they don't want to bother making a game engine when there's one perfectly good one available. Fair enough. But in the same way, I don't necessarily feel like playing it. Oh well. Oh, bloody hell, George. Who's responsible for maintaining the gardens? He used to be Big Willis, sir. He's been dead almost a year now. I do a little here and there. Can't do much on account of my bad back, though. My sister hasn't offered to help you, then? Miss Jennifer isn't really the outdoor type, sir. I know, George. It was a joke. Very funny, sir. Let's go inside before the ocean comes to Dunshield. You know what? I'm going to make the most of this. Okay, MC... Evil. George... British. Let's try and keep their voices the same the whole episode. Let's try to keep their voices the same the whole episode. Probably won't work. Just wait. Converse with your relatives and search the house for useful objects. Objects divided into two categories: items of evidence and weapons. You will only be allowed to pick up 2 items from around the house before dinner commences, so choose wisely. After dinner, you'll have the chance to plant an item of evidence if you wish, then commit the murder. Okay, so much for a murder mystery. There are many ways to do the deed, but only cunning will succeed. Fair enough. Nice wordplay, too. Good evening, Mr. Aran. May I take your coat? No, actually, sorry, that's not a good voice for her. She's clearly a maid, so... Good evening, Mr. Aran. May I take your coat? Wow. I gotta say it, right? Like, I'm clearly not taking this seriously, so I've gotta say that. Like, I wouldn't say it in real life, obviously, but I've gotta say it. Only if I could take your dress. Certainly, my dear, but only if I can take your dress. Mr. Aran, there is no way to talk to a lady. Mr. Aran was just making a little joke, George. It's fine. Oh, but he can't talk to... It's fine, George. It really isn't fine. That's a terrible thing to say to someone, and you should never do it. Please, let me take your coat. You're new, aren't you? Sophia's my name. I recognize you from the pictures, Mr. Aran. I'm not new exactly, but I've been employed by your family for almost a year. It's just you've never visited before. Just what are you trying to say? Whether or not I visit my family is my own business. I would expect better manners from a servant. Yeah, I'm just going full arsehole on this guy, let's be honest. He's clearly revealed that he wants to murder his family, so, you know. Oh, I'm sorry I offended you, Mr. Aran. It was not my intention, I promise. You're here now, and I'm sure you're eager to meet with the others. Your father's in the library on your left, and your mother is in the parlour, which is on your right. Your sister is upstairs in her room, I think. So do I want to be a condescending arsehole? Or do I want to be a sexist arsehole? I mean, I've sort of established both sexist and evil. So at that point, which one's worse? And I think that, quite frankly, being rude to the maid is less terrible than being rude and borderline sexually abusive. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the second option. Yeah, yeah. And where can I find you? And what if I want to join you for some pleasant company? Oh, I'll be in the kitchen preparing dinner. I'll sound the bell when dinner is served. Okay, so I now have freedom, I suppose. You recall this old grandfather clock very well from your childhood. You used to believe if it ever stopped ticking, time itself might stop moving. Fair enough. There's nothing on this old lectern. An assortment of family records, heirlooms, and contained within this ornate glass cabinet. You keep the evilness up for even for the... Wait, what? Oh. I don't know. Oh, of course you do. Use that head for once, boy. Great Uncle Thomas? Ugh. What initials do you see on the silverware? CB? Choosing beggar? And what kind of half-wit smells Thomas with a C? I see where he got his assholiness from. I don't know. Well, I do. It's a kind of half-wit that's standing next to me. Now, which of your ancestors owned that silver chalice? If you get this one wrong, there will be serious consequences, boy. Okay. Well, that was some creepy music. I'll say one thing for my father. His style of parenting has always been consistent. You manage to force over the locked drawer of writing inside. Inside you find pages of poetry penned in your sister's handwriting. They seem to be love letters penned to an unidentified female. From the description, you'd guess it's a new maid. Interesting. I mean, if I'm going down the sexist arsehole route, I'm definitely going to try and break up this lesbian partnership. Like, in real life, completely supporting. Go for it. But, if I'm trying to be an a-hole and think like an a-hole, this sounds like the perfect bit of evidence. You take the most intimate and lovelorn poem you can find and hide it on your person. If planted in the right location, this could raise an interesting question about your maid's relationship with your sister. Not sure how it's going to help me, but hey. Walking into the pantry, you begin to salivate at the promising scent of roast beef coming from the kitchen. Although technically, if I want to blackmail her, I can't really use a kitchen knife, can I? It'd have to be the father probably attacking the mother. Attacking the daughter because he's found it and is very awkward by it. So the question is, where do I want to put it later? So maybe there's a way I can like put it in his food or something. Now, to continue being a sexist arsehole. Mr. Iran, is there something I can do for you? Oh, I'm sure you can do lots of things for me, lovely. Yes, there is something you can do for me. You can pucker up those pretty lips of yours and give me a kiss. Mr. Iran, please. That's highly inappropriate. Don't pretend you don't enjoy the attention. I don't like when silly girls play hard to get, you know. What long's even in here? Just to, stop being a tease and come here. Am I about to... Oh no, what am I about to do? Please, Mr. Iran, you stop this improper behavior at once. Otherwise I'll be forced to call someone. I'm sorry, I must get back to work now. I'll ring the bell when dinner is ready. Oh god, I'm so glad that didn't go any further. Can I just kill myself? Is that something I can do? Ooh, rat poison. No, that wouldn't be something that the father would use. So I don't know why I'd be trying to. I mean, I've only got so many people I can blame. The dusty old wine cellar is where your father likes to practice billiards. The laundry room is next door, and beyond that is the servants' quarters. Ooh, very good, very good. You find nothing in these drawers but useless cleaning supplies. A broken mirror sits upon the maid's desk. Odds it belongs to your sister, and the maid had been hiding it here after accidentally breaking it. A shard of glass from the mirror will be a perfect murder weapon. Interesting. There's nothing in these doors but clothes belonging to the maid. Using a shard of glass for the murder. But where would I plant the rest? Oh, it's you, sir. And you seem annoyed about something. I didn't like the way you spoke to Sophia. just now. Frankly, I'm quite shocked and disgusted, sir. Oh, you just want it for yourself. Come on, what's really going on here? Have you been sniffing around her your old self, your old dog? Ooh, that's an interesting thought. Could I make him take the fall? Yes. How dare you! Sophia and colleagues! I would never be so presumptuous as you clearly are. I knew it. You have the hots for her, don't you? I refuse to dignify that with a response. This conversation is over. Okay. I am definitely going to put that there. The question is, how do I murder her? What makes sense for him to murder with? Maybe something like... no. No, it needs to be something that the driver guy would use. So basically, he's jealous of her. That would probably not be a terrible one. Worst thing is, without slow this is, I might need to make this go longer just so I can actually get to something interesting. I see you made it, Haran. Please forgive me if I don't stand. Your mere presence is almost giving me a heart attack. Okay, clearly, great family. Really close. Hello, Mother. Please sit down if you want to talk properly, Aaron. I don't want to crane my neck looking up at you. Okay, fine, let's sit down. So, Ran, you finally managed to make it up here for a visit. Please tell me you aren't just here to cause trouble. Oh, whatever do you mean? I have no idea what you mean, Mother. I'm here to celebrate Father's birthday, and that's all. I certainly hope that's the case. This family has been through enough. Have you been up to see your sister yet? She's been going through an unusually difficult time recently. Christ, what's wrong with her? Oh, and what disease has she invented for herself now? She only does it for attention, you know. You shouldn't let her deceive you. You'll excuse me if I choose to trust the doctors over your expert opinion, Aran. You can at least pretend as though you care about her. Anyway, you should go talk to your father if you haven't already. Wish him a happy birthday. Or at least try to sound like you mean it. I mean, I do feel like I'm being a complete asshole here to the point. To the point of actually probably making it harder to actually make this work out. You know? Because when you think about it, I'm just coming in being an asshole to everyone. I should be a little bit more devious. Even now, the familiar musty smell of your father's library fills you with dread as you step inside. You have far too many bad memories in this room. Aww. Aww. I have no food. No, I don't. I'm sorry. Maybe lady can have baby sister. Get away, boy. That chair is for the dog. Ah, he's aged well. Remarkably well, to be honest. The hefty tome of Bruce family history. You feel sleepy just looking at it. Hello, Father. Your father remains silent for several moments as a chill seems to pass through the library. When he finally speaks, it's in a quiet and bitter tone. You told me you'd never enter this house again, boy. Why are you here? To see you, of course, Father. It's obvious I'm here. I want to put all that unpleasantness behind you and wish you a happy birthday. 50th birthday. Happy? You think this is a happy day for me? Another day when I can watch my wife's work crumble into nothing? Another day to see our bloodline slit its own throat? You know how to make me happy. Move back to Dunshield. Take your proper pace and do your damn duty. I would consider it if I would consider to move back to Dunshield. I would have certain expectations. What expectations would those be? Firstly, I refuse to suffer your daily insults. You need to learn to be more decent towards me. Secondly, I want my sister to be put into care, where she belongs. Oh, what an asshole. I cannot live with her insanity for one day longer. Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You obnoxious little shit, selling out your own blood. Those are my terms. Well, you know what you can do with your terms. The nerve of you. You're the same snot-nosed brat you always were, boy. Obviously, I didn't give you enough discipline as a child. I can't see you're determined to be impossible. I think we'd better end this discussion now. You're the impossible one, boy, as always. I think you're probably right about one thing. This conversation is pointless and now it's over. Get out of here. Okay, so basically I came in acting like a murderer. I'm clearly going to murder someone. Like, it doesn't... Okay. Parents' room has not changed in years. It remains a frozen time capsule for your childhood you will soon forget. No, I really don't want to use a shotgun to murder her. That seems a little extreme. I mean, I don't really necessarily want to murder her at all, but anyway. You entered the severe atmosphere of your sister's room. Mirrors of varying sizes cover the walls, creating an eerie illusion of crowded space. Okay. Aha! I thought I smelled a rat. Have you come to see me, little rat? Hello, Jennifer. How have you been? How have I been? What an odd thing for a little rat to ask. Normally they just say squeak squeak. You used to have a pet rat, didn't you? Remember what he did to him? Oh, how he squeaked. Such great pain for such a little creature. What the hell is wrong with this family? What do you want to talk to me about, little rat? I came here to see all your mirror collections going on. How many do you have now? 73. Can you use all of them at once? Of course not. What a silly question. Are you making fun of my mirrors, little rat? You'd better not be. Go away. I don't want to speak to you anymore. I mean, Grant, I don't want her murdered regardless, but like, what the hell is wrong with this entire family? Yeah, you're acting like one though. Oh, and we have an uncut flashback. Lovely. Mother says dinner is ready. Go away, little rat. Jennifer, what are you doing? Why do you stare at your reflection like that? Stop making fun of me. I'm not making fun. I really want to know. I just wish that... What, Jennifer? What do you wish? I wish you could drown in a lake. Mother is waiting for you. What the hell is wrong with this entire family? My sister's obsession with mirrors goes right back to her childhood. I never did understand why. Inside your former bedroom, now a simple guest room. Most of your old furniture has vanished, probably thrown in on a bonfire knowing your father. At least one of... Oh, God. Why would you take the sword? Okay, I gotta make a choice, but it's definitely not gonna be the sword. I think the billiard table pool makes the most sense. Because, well, it's impossible for me to carry around. Yeah, that's a good point. It's impossible for me to carry around that. Why would... Okay, what if I leave the house? Maybe it's something in the yard. No, no. Why would I take the I couldn't even carry that easily, but okay. I don't see anything else which would help me point directly to that guy as the murderer. A billiard board belonging to your father lies across the weapon. This could certainly serve as an unorthodox murder weapon. Yes, yes. Wait, what? I had an option to do that? Did I have an option to do that? I guess I did, technically. I just ignored it. Well, what else can I was going to say I can't hide that, so yeah, fair enough. And also that would be incredibly... Okay, what about the candle at dinner? That would be... Yes, let's take the candlestick. Yeah, let's take the candlestick. It's heavy, he'll be able to do it. It's not like we'll need it at dinner or anything. Again, a bell invites me. It's time for dinner, it seems. Sophia, could you come here for a moment? Yes, ma'am? Have you seen the golden candlestick we usually leave on the dinner table? I think it was here early today, ma'am. Have a look at the pantry, would you? It's terribly valuable. Yes, ma'am. Well, this has gone off to a bad start. Pour me some wine. Yes, ma'am. Well, it's gone to a good start. She'll be in the pantry. But Madame! Sorry, that wasn't the right voice for him. What is it, George? I must protest. It is my duty to pour the wine at dinner. Oh, well, I don't want to cause any trouble. Nonsense. What does it matter, George? Stop being overly pedantic. We'll go to fight between them. But I... No. I need to make him seem jealous of her. So... Just gonna go on his side. Careful, Mother. If you drink much more, you might end up embarrassing yourself. Baron! What a rude little rat you are. That's enough out of you. How dare you insult your mother? An interfering little rat, isn't he, Daddy? Yes, he is. Why can't you ever keep your mouth shut? Boy. Perhaps I did. You're right. I'm sorry. I must have had too much wine myself. You better not let it happen again. Sophia, could you come here, please? Yes, Miss Jennifer? I just want to say it was the loveliest meal I ever tasted. I don't know how you do it, you cunning pixie. You are too kind, miss. Of course I'll have tea and cakes for you in the drawing room as usual after dinner. Oh, you are so very good for me, you sweet little thing. So very good for me. Uh-huh. I want him to seem really jealous. So I'm gonna do this just because it'll show his jealousy more. And why haven't I been offering a serving of your sweet buns, Sophia? Aran, leave that poor girl alone. Anyway, let's not forget why we're here today. To celebrate your father's birthday. Such a very important occasion for us all. God. You're so dear to us, Malcolm. Happy birthday, Daddy. Indeed, happy birthday, Father. Let's hope it be one to remember. Doing the deed. Now it's time to find the evidence. Okay. Well, clearly. Oh, the drawing. It literally gave me a. Okay. That's fine. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to put the thing in his thing because he clearly likes her. I was hoping that would have done something, but no, that's her room. That's right. I need his room. So let's go up here. Let's go up here. Leave the letter somewhere. I was going to. I'm trying to. Okay, can I just go I and put this somewhere? Like items, okay. Poem. I want to place in here, please. Yes. That's what I was trying to do. Okay, sure. Alright. So, I think I probably put enough basis there that it's not really. No one else saw him get angry but me. That's okay. Time to go murder someone. Best thing is, he is the only person between the space, so... You see Jennifer staring out the window ahead of you, lost one of her strange moods. She hasn't noticed she went to the drawing room. Now it's time. She used a murder weapon. Creep up behind your sister, you somehow feel the cancer. Feel the weight hand. Makes it somewhat a bit heavier now you're about to use it. Rise over your head, you feel some force on the back of her head. It's simple enough. She slumps noisily on the floor in front of her, the blood from the head wound. You drop the cancer on the ground before her corpse. You can get out of here before someone comes to investigate. It makes sense if I went to my own room. Like, where else would I go, really? It sounds like my deed has been discovered. It took 9 seconds! Well, no one saw me, so that's a positive. Guess we got enough time on this anyway. Good evening, everyone. I'm Chief Inspector Winston Lewis. I understand it's a difficult time for your family. You're damn right it is. I want to know what you're doing wasting time here when my daughter's killer is out there. Well, Mr. Roos, we've found no evidence of forced entry, and nobody has seen entering or leaving the house. It would seem entirely possible, then, that the killer is in this very room. What? No. That seems highly unlikely, Inspector. Perhaps it is. However, in order to follow protocol, I will have to interview each of you in turn. Miss Bruce, who would you like to meet me first in the library? I suppose so. The interview. Thank you for joining me here, Mr. Bruce. I'm sure this won't take long. Before we begin, I need to search your person. Best get these formalities out of the way. Is this really necessary? I'm afraid so. Turn around, please. That's out of the way. Please, let's move on with the interview. As you know, I've already spoken to everyone else who was present at the time of your sister's death. We also have a complete initial search of the house, but we'll get to that later. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? First, we all run through your activities since your arrival. The maid said that you and the butler arrived shortly after 7 and she greeted you at the door. Sophia told you that she seemed quite abrasive at times during conversation with her. The journey, yes, that's quite unfortunate, but I've just been through a very long journey. The weather in particular left me in a foul mood. I feel very bad about my behaviour afterwards. I think I understand that. I can't stand this foul weather either. The maid said you made several lewd comments and advances towards her during your conversation. Leads me to question your character, I'm afraid. Oh, absolutely. Wouldn't you have done the same? She's a pretty little thing after all. No, I can't say I would have. It's worth noting that the butler also commented on your inappropriate behaviour towards the maid. Later, you went to speak to the maid again, which is curious. Why did you decide to visit her at the kitchen? Isn't it obvious? I want to see more of the maid, a lot more. I see. You'll forgive me for suggesting. Doesn't that seem lecherous? She claims you attempted to sexually assault her in the kitchen. Trust me, it wasn't sexual assault. The girl was playing hard to get. I'm afraid I find your attitude deplorable, Mr. Bruce. Later on, yes, it is deplorable. Later on, you had a conversation with your mother, Gloria, in the parlour. At that time, the mother brought up the subject of your sister's health. You seemed quite unconcerned about it. All my life has been hearing about my sister's condition. It gets rather trialsome. I see, still a little uncaring of you. You went to see your father in the library, and I understand your conversation became quite heated. My father always had a short fuse. One of many conversations go that way. Would you say he's a violent temper? Absolutely. See, good to know. You discussed the prospect of moving back to Dunshield. You said you'd only move back if your sister was placed in psychiatric care. I had her best interests in heart. She belonged in care. You might be right, Mr. Bruce. However, you seem to be the only one who felt that way. Let's discuss your conversation with the butler. As I understand, he confronted you about his early behavior with the maid. Apparently you accused him of having interest in the maid itself. Yeah, of course, his interest in most women. Unhealthy interest. Really? Oh yes, he's always been that way. Did you speak to your sister before dinner? Yes, I went to her room to see her. I see. What did you discuss her? When we spoke about her condition, I was well aware she's going through a particularly difficult time. You could say that. She was not in a good place, mentally speaking. Let's see. Apparently, your mother made a comment about your mother's drinking habits. I felt a need to say something. I thought she was drinking far too much. Would it have anything to do with her difficulties in coping with your sister's condition? Almost certainly. Interesting. Apparently you made the rather lecherous comments towards the maid. Obviously. She can bend over my plate anytime. Mr. Bruce! Keep your vulgar thoughts to yourself. I know I'm going to fail this, that's why I'm keeping on going, because I want to see how badly I fail. It's going to be great. I've just been an asshole this whole time. Now I need to ascertain your location, time of your sister's death. We were wondering when you heard the maid scream. Where you were when you heard the maid scream. I was in the guest's bedroom. I see, thank you. As I said earlier, we've completed the initial search of the policy. We found a poem written by your sister which clearly expresses romantic sister's feelings towards the maid. However, where the poem was found, there's no reason to believe the maid was aware of those feelings. Judging from the manner of your sister's death, I think we'd rule out suicide as an option. Wait, that was an option? We could have done that? Damn it. I'm curious about the murder weapon. I understand the candlestick used in the attack belonged to your mother. It's all very interesting. I'll be completely honest with you now, Mr. Bruce. Frankly, your behavior leading to your sister's death concerns me quite a great deal. While there's some suspicion regarding your father, I don't currently see him as a serious suspect. There's a question too regarding to the butler, but I don't buy it personally, too cliche. I think I'll also be taking another look at the evidence surrounding your mother. Given the weapon was used, obviously suicide is not a realistic possibility. Now, as far as what happens next, I place you under arrest for the murder of your sister. I'll be seeing your mother again. Yeah. Probably should have used the glass to make it look like she cut herself for losing the mirror or something. Oh well. Okay, sure. The deed, ladies and gentlemen. That is just one way. Obviously not the right way. Clearly, it has been very well constructed for for this sort of a RPG Maker game. For one, it doesn't have any fighting, but you know, neither of my favorite games do. It's sort of like a short story with multiple choices. I don't feel like it would take too much to get past it. However, same token, yeah, it seemed interesting, interesting line, interesting writing. I just was able to be an asshole, which isn't something I like to do, but you know, it made sense. He was going out to murder his sister. The whole family was evil, so I'm not really surprised. I think this is a game you would play multiple times over to see what you could get. Anyway, so guys, that has been The Deed. If you liked what you saw here, you can buy it on Steam, and I will be including links. In the description below, so feel free to go and give that a try. Anyway, I'll see you next time. That was The Deed, ladies and gentlemen.